Wait, that was it? That was it? That was it.
Crazy mother.
Hello everyone, welcome back again to another E3 thoughts and reactions. This time we're looking at the Square Enix press conference that happened earlier today. It's the first time in a long time Square Enix has actually come to do a press conference at E3. It wasn't necessarily they had their own stage or anything like Bethesda did, but instead it was a pre-recorded video with a bunch of announcements in there. Quick off the top summary. A lot of the stuff that a number of things that were shown were things that were already brought up in other conferences. So Xbox had some of that stuff. Even the earlier, actually it's mostly Xbox who had quite a majority of it, and this is more in regards to the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit. They've also already mentioned that Nier Automata is getting a Gods Edition or Ultimate Edition, Complete Edition, and Just Cause 4 and Kingdom Hearts 3. So it's not all doom and gloom, because some of the games that have been re-mentioned again, they've gone in a lot more detail and shown a lot more gameplay. So this itself won't take very long. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider, we got another short kind of CGI trailer to go along with that, based on the story itself. Lara's in a plane, the plane is crash landing. Lara and planes, what's up with that, by the way? And we saw a bit of gameplay of her going through a forest, taking down enemies using stealth. The forest itself looked beautiful, it looked lush, it looked full of life. Visually, the Tomb Raider games have been always pretty good, so there's nothing wrong there, and I think this is what it really needed, especially after the last Tomb Raider game. A lot of people weren't too happy with it, but Shadow of the Tomb Raider looks amazing so far, and I can't wait to see some more, but it will be coming out soon. We also got a crossover event between Final Fantasy Online and Monster Hunter. So stick with me here. So essentially what's going to happen is you'll be able to team up with your friends to take down a Rathalos in Final Fantasy Online. So you also get a Palico was shown in a trailer as well. I don't know if you can actually have one as your sidekick, and it'll be interesting to see if there are any specific gear sets that come over from Monster Hunter or are readapted for Final Fantasy. But yeah, special crossover event. I believe it will be limited time, so if you're a Final Fantasy Online player, get on that. We also got quite a long story related trailer in regards to Dragon Quest XI. For me personally, I have never played any of the Dragon Quest titles themselves. I always hear people talking about it, I always do read about it, and I've heard a lot of good things about it as well. So the trailer was pretty colourful. It also mentioned that there will be some exclusive content coming to the mobile game, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So if you're playing that as well, do keep an eye out for that. We also got a new IP shown from Square Enix, Babylon's Fall. Sorry about that. So not a lot was shown in terms of gameplay, but it appears to be some kind of fantasy medieval action title, and it's actually being developed by Platinum Games, so you know that the actual action point of it will be amazing, because those guys know how to make an action game. Not much else info was given, but I'm assuming one of the conferences, maybe Gamescom or even PSX at the end of the year, will shed some more light on that. Again, Nier Automata got a Become as Gods Edition. This is coming to the Xbox, and it will have all the previous DLC included. We had another look at Octopath Traveler. Just one of the characters that will be playing, the job classes, and some of the gameplay features. The game is coming out very soon, next month actually, but I was happy to see that they didn't really go in the way of spoiling anything in particular, just reminding people again that this cool looking game is actually coming out. So we had another look at Just Cause 4, we had another trailer to go along with it, but we also got gameplay as well that went into a lot more detail. So this time the grappling hook that you get is a lot more customizable. We got a lot more info on the world itself, its scale, how the weather system works, and not only the tornadoes but sandstorms and blizzards. The whole island is practically against you, so I did really enjoy that aspect, only because of the amount of detail it was able to provide. And lastly, the conference did end with Kingdom Hearts 3. So one of the most anticipated titles It's not coming out until next year, January, which I know some people were upset about. But we got another look at the Frozen aspect of Kingdom Hearts. Obviously, the main characters interacting with Elsa herself and herself using her powers and how the level works out. We also got a small look at Ratatouille, and looks like that will be making a cameo in Kingdom Hearts 3 as Sora was actually cooking up some food in the kitchen. And we also kind of just see Axel sitting with Kairi, I believe that's her name correctly. Obviously Aqua is in a fairly bad situation, seemingly walking the path of Terra and the organization, who are only on speaking terms with Sora as well, Sora's team in particular, with Zigbar even giving Sora some advice. So it looks like they're looking to get some more polish into the game. Maybe it's necessarily didn't need to be talked about this time, but it was shown, essentially. But to wrap things up on this end, a very short conference. It didn't even reach half an hour actually in total. It was sad to see, of course, no sign of the Avengers game, no sign of the Final Fantasy remake or anything else really from Square Enix, unless some of that is actually supposed to be in a Sony press conference, which is understandable. But based on some of their announcements, it was pretty cool. But in terms of having it as in terms of their own press conference, maybe it wasn't really necessary. If I'm going to grade it, I will give this a B, only because that they could have very easily fallen into the trap of showing exactly the same thing, but they went into a lot more detail. So we had a voiceover essentially just giving a lot more details on the gameplay aspects of certain bits, especially Tomb Raider and Just Cause 4. But that was essentially everything with Square Enix's conference, short and to the point. Again, just sad to see that certain anticipated games that were announced so long ago we have no more information on, and perhaps that's being saved for Sony's press conference. But for those of you that did watch it, what did you think of Square Enix's press conference? Were you impressed? Were you annoyed? Were you just upset? Should they ever come back again? I'm really kidding. Do let me know down in the comments below, or you can tweet me at Twitter at the Liban Ali. Happy to talk about all things gaming, TV shows, music, comics, etc. If you liked the video and liked my thoughts and reactions, do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Always having a lot more content coming out on it. You can also follow me on Instagram at @the_Liban, and do follow me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/thelibanali, as I do stream 3 times a week, and those streams do again come over to YouTube as well, where they do live forever. But that was essentially Square Enix. So next we'll be having up Ubisoft. Ubisoft tend to have pretty decent conferences, and we'll be looking to see what they're gonna bring, especially as the rumor is Splinter Cell is coming back. So we'll be back with another video with that soon. Thank you very much guys, and we'll catch you in a bit. Peace.